Hi out there. Welcome to our gathering. We are in Enfield, New Hampshire, up in the mountains. It's a good night. It's a good night. In the waking hours, I can do okay. It's the sleep that brings me down. And I notice that you got a lot to say. Wisdom tossed onto the ground. And I will now take my rest tonight. And I will not fall for your diamond eyes. And I'll stand my ground to my demise or to my happy end. Either way, I'll be back again. Looking stunning with that horse you came in on. Perfect sight for my sore eyes. But I like to see you now without your makeup on and your hair uncombed or dyed. And I will not take it my best tonight. And I will not fall for your diamond eyes. And I'll stand my ground to my demise or to my happy end. Yeah, either way, I'll be back again. Circus comes to town, the legends will be told. The folks will come and pay the fee. But all that glitters certainly cannot be gold. And you are you and I am me. And I will not take it rest tonight. And I will not fall for your diamond eyes. And I'll stand my ground to my demise or to my happy end. Either way, I'll be back again. Either way, I'll be back again. Hey, either way, I'll be back again. Yeah, either way. Why, thank you, mountain folk. We got one kind of crazy mountain folk behind the camera, but we have a whole other kind of crazy mountain folk squealing in the background. You can hear them too. It's a good sound. It is a good summer sound, isn't it? It's all right. It's all right. It's all right, Dad.
Good job, bud.
There's been some disciplining happening. It's been exciting here. These live gatherings, not your typical concert scene. Look where we started, my dear. Whoever thought we'd be here? Sweet belief. Come to me. The salt on your lips There's truth in the wild. Wish for your happiness as we leave this behind. I hope it's brought wisdom I'll gather in time. It's hooked on your lips. There's truth in the wine. God knows that we both tried. It's been such a beautiful ride. Sweet release. Come to me. There's hope on your lips. There's truth in the wine. We've gone down swinging. At least we've been trying. The cut of your honesty's better than line. There's hope on your lips. There's truth in the wine. So goodbye, my love. It's too painful for us to be friends, but it's worth it to know you'll be out there smiling, smiling again. Left behind, a salt on my lips. There's truth in the wine. The salt on your lips. There's truth in the wine. Truth in the wine. Truth in the wine. Wow. Thank you very much. It was funny. So before, and maybe not all of you gatherers out there around the world know how these live gatherings work, but really what we do is we start the concert an hour before we go live with you, and we play a set. We play a warm-up set, you know, and we party a little bit, hang out, get to know each other. We get here, me and my bandies, and on the sound, by the way, the amazing Riley Shea. By the way, this is also a first, and you know, I just get nostalgic after 430-something nights. When there's a first of anything, it's pretty exciting for me in the Gathering series. So this is officially the biggest bug that's been in my whiskey since the beginning of the concert series. You're gonna try and show them the bug? Okay. I've never seen Riley so upset, actually, as when she looked in my whiskey. It's good protein, right? That's some good special effects, Riley. Nice work. Spare no expense on the Gathering series. That's what I always say. I got a crack team, people. No, she's so grossed out she can barely speak right now. She's just trying to hold the vomit in. Yep, that's it. Where was I? Oh yeah, so we were back. We were inside. And I want to also give it up for our host, Lisa, who did an amazing job. Not only did she do an amazing job setting up this concert, but she tried to kill us all before the show by feeding us massive amounts of lasagna, and it was really good. There was no off button though; that was the problem. And but we were down there. We were down there eating our lasagna and hanging out, and the guys were making fun of me because before the Gathering series, I would never write out a set list. I would never plan. We would walk. That's how we kind of have always done it. We get up, we walk out on a stage fresh, and whatever happens, happens. And the show and the music is determined by the spirit of the people that we're playing for, and that's how we like it. We like all the shows to be different. But at show number 435, is that where we're at? 435? Yeah. It becomes a little bit different. Before we gather, I am very conscious that there are some of you watching tonight that have seen every single gathering that the Bandies and I do, and we have less of a repertoire than I have on my own. And so I was sitting there with my little notebook thinking, and I was looking at Supergirl's chart online, and so most of the songs that we are playing tonight are songs that we haven't played in the last month or so, So we're trying hard to mix it up for y'all that watch us all the time. This is an old school song. This one's called Half a Hero. Okay, we're gonna see how this goes. Face a little bit of danger, fight a little bit of crime. I could love a total stranger for a little bit of time. I could run like lightning, fly around this town. But when the pressure comes tightening, it'll take me down. Now I'm half a hero. My head, half a hero, painted brown and red. I'm half a hero, somewhere in between what I am, yeah, what I wanna be. I got a destiny before me, too mediocre end. I'm caught between acceptance and the dream that I defend. The secret to resistance, I figured out. It's a comforting existence, but I'm filled with doubt. And I'm half a hero, coming to my head. Half a hero, brown and red. I'm half a hero, somewhere in between what I am, yeah, and what I wanna be. I could see the world from imminent disaster. I could fall into the depths of apathy. I'm half a key. Are you seeing some action behind us, gatherers? I feel like there's like a sweet little causeway for little people behind us.
It's actually superpowers. I don't know if you heard that.
Superpowers?
Superheroes, yeah.
There's superheroes back there? We were playing the right song for their game.
I know.
Amazing. Half a hero, right? Well, we can't compare to the superheroes back there. Okay, well, this is a special night too, because in the first set I had my friend Supergirl come up and sing with me a little bit. We're gonna have her come up again, play with the band. What key do we play Dynamite in? Do that again. Is it up, or is it up a step from there? It's up there? Is that right? Hi.
Yeah, if you want to go in between Alex and Adam.
Yeah, can you scoot uncomfortably close in here?
Yeah.
Nice. And I'll kind of stitch. I'm good? Okay. All right. Another old school song. This one's called Dynamite. Way back. And they tell me I've got the eyes of my father, yeah, who gave his life fighting for the cause. And they tell me I am destined for the calling, yeah, hey. The righteous will pound into the God. And I believe a dream, the hero of the people with a legendary mind. Knowing all I have to do is shake the ground, and I'm striving for the final round. Yeah, I'll step up to the fight, and we're going up in dynamite. And I keep my courage, thinking about my mother, yeah, who's hungry as she was 20 years ago. And now she lives her life in quiet desperation, yeah. For her, there's nowhere I want her to go. Then I know that I'll be the dream, the hero of the people with a legendary mind. Knowing all I have to do is shake the ground, and I'm striving for the final round. Yeah, I'll step up to the fight, and we're going up in dynamite. And I got the message wrapped around my body. And success means they will get it loud and clear. And I walk this street to my final destination, yeah. With the martyr's rhythm humming, pounding in my ears. In my ears. And I'm being the dream, the hero of the people with the legendary mind. Knowing all I Dynamite. Supergirl. All right, well, let's try something. I mean, that's sizable, right?
I think you should. No.
You think I should take it down?
Drink the mug.
This has become a very dramatic moment in the midst of our live gathering, hasn't it?
It's stingerless.
I'm not gonna eat the bug. Everybody can breathe deep at home, around the world.
They think you're gonna eat it.
Who made money on that?
So actually, in the first, I feel connected to our host, Liesel, because she came from South Africa, and I spent some time, as many of you gatherers know, living in South Africa and traveling around, and we played Supergirl, and I sang Liesel one of my favorite covers to sing, a song called Kose Sikulele, in the first set before we went live streaming with y'all. But when I was there, I went traveling around. Me and my buddy Sammy, we went hitchhiking around the whole kind of southern continent. We went through Botswana, Namibia, and Zimbabwe, and we hitchhiked throughout South Africa. We kind of crisscrossed to the corners and all around. And there was one night. It was way far away from where I had been living in Cape Town, which is a pretty metropolitan city, but this was nowhere near there. And I ate a bowl of caterpillars. Yeah, like really big black caterpillars that were really crispy on the outside and really squishy on the inside.
What's wrong with your whiskey then?
I can't remember. I've blocked out most of the details of that meal. That was the craziest meal I've had ever. On to other things. The other night, gosh, was this on camera or off camera that we did this? Do you remember? Might have been on camera. Supergirl and I, Supergirl sang "Wasted Words" with me. So we're gonna try and we'll just see what happens if we try and do it with the band right now. Search for sunrise, running into you here. Hearts beating fast, having you so near. Don't wanna go, but I can't stay. Maybe just one drink for old time's sake. But let's stick to how you been, how was your day? 'Cause there's some things we don't need to say. Like you still have my heart, like we can last this time. It was all my fault, you should be mine. Like let's try again, we can make it work. They've all been said, they've all been heard. Wasted words. You never looked so good to me. I'm thinking about the things that'll never be. Before we see regret regret in the morning light. Let's say goodnight and just leave quiet and stick to how you've been. How was your day? 'Cause there's some things we don't need to say, like you still have my heart. We can last this time. It was all my fault. You should be mine. Like, let's try again. We can make it work. They've all been said. They've all been heard. Wasted words. But let's stick to how you've been. How was your day? 'Cause there's some things we don't need to say, like you still have my heart. We can last this time. It was all my fault, but you should be mine. Like, let's try again. We can make it work. They've all been said. They've all been heard. All that I take back, all that I don't do, I will never be the man I was with you. You may be with him, and I may be with her. It's you I'll always love. It's wasted words, wasted words. Supergirl! It's okay. You just live down there.
Did you mute it?
Yep. Scandal. How are y'all doing so far? Is that some bug spray? Can you douse me? I feel like a little kid. Thank you. Let me get this arm. Thank you. Why? What happens when it gets on a guitar? Yeah, like the finish is gonna last that long with me anyways. This is why we don't have nice things. That's been a theme of ours tonight, by the way, gatherers at home. Well, now Buck to Johnny sent a letter to the Globe, said the governor's headed again. Said I saw him twice last week with this girl Monique, while his wife said the doc's getting thin. He's in league with the mob, take it back to her job, got them all out in charge of the dig. There's drug cartel is sure doing well runs it all through the priests and the pigs. And if you don't print my story, I'll go somewhere else with all of the things I saw. Cause it's a scandal, president, a regular coup d'etat. Scandal, not president, is a regular coup d'etat. It's a scandal. That's kind of a cool effect. Feels like marching, doesn't it? It's pretty cool because Riley's playing the kick drum with Alex, and she's just out of time enough that it sounds like a whole bunch of people marching. Crunk, crunk. Yeah. Alex, you couldn't do that if you tried by yourself. We may have to keep Riley up on the stage to have this effect all the time. Well, now Jean at the Globe got Johnny's slitter in her mouth, puckered up at the seams. You see, stories as huge set the standard for news. She's been living out her hopes and her dreams. She sent her right down the brim of a old named Clint, so being through his bloodshot eyes. He called Joe from McNews and pissed in his shoes and sent it out over the wires. But 4 o'clock that afternoon, everybody had a flapping jaw. Cause it's a scandal for president, regular coup d'etat. Scandal, not a president, is a regular coup d'etat. It's a scandal. Well, now me and the boys, we were down at Sully's drinking anthem the day in the pits. Make news on the screen, our foreman Dean shouts out, ain't that the gov in the mix? Hey man, I voted for that lousy SOB, and we all shouted can the clowning in bars and homes all around all the neighboring towns. The same ugly scene went down. We better march on the Capitol, show them we're not as dumb as they think we are. Cause it's a scandal, the president is a regular coup d'etat. Scandal, now the president is a regular coup d'etat. The scandal. Well, the governor stood in his office, white teeth, silk suit, looking down at the scene on the streets. We'd all come out, holding signs and shouting the governor's a crook and a cheat. Just then the lackey burst in with a desperate grin. He said, what we're gonna do now, chief? Well, the gov just took up the pipe, said it'll be alright. We'll call the national party for belief. Man, in 2 weeks' time, they'll have this all cleaned up without so much as a hammer or a haul. Cause it's a scandal for presidents, regular coup d'etat. Scandal now, the president is a regular coup d'etat. Well, the next day flew by, the party thugs arrived with the wrist handcuffed to their files. Said we got a 3-pronger day to get you back on track, and the gov flashed a glistening smile. First we'll slander this buck-tooth Johnny guy, and you're gonna roll out a tax cut plan. Then we'll help our district just so hardly no one will know, but we'll never lose elections again. Meanwhile, you better toe the party line, and by next year's time you'll be a community professor of law. Cause it's a scandal for president, regular coup d'etat. Scandal, not the president, regular coup d'etat. It's a scandal. Come on, Alex. This fall, cause it's a scandal for president, regular coup d'etat. Scandal now, president is a regular coup d'etat. And meanwhile, Joe from the news won a Pulitzer for his outstanding work in the field to keep for his reputation, cleaning it to pay off teens. Signed her up to a six-figure deal. Presidential run for the gov. Guess he proved to the thugs he control, play a mean game of ball. And for those that ain't rich, we're still back in the pits, overwhelmed by the blur of it all. We'll give $50 back off of next year's taxes, spend it on whiskey and chaw. Meanwhile, the school downtown has its budget cut down, but dealt with the serpent-like claw. And if you're looking for truth, well, you could set up a booth, peddle anything that cuts like a saw. Cause it's a kind of president, begin the coup d'etat. Skytone now, president, begin the coup d'etat. It's a scandal, president, begin the coup d'etat. It's a backdoor deal, it's a big clam. It's things said that your namesake was a scam. I hit a lot of bad notes on that song, didn't I?
What happened, Riley?
Riley's fault, people. Riley's fault, really. I was thinking about my friend Turtle, who I used to love playing that song with. There were a couple turtleisms in that song. Oh my God! And it's Turtle's birthday today. That's appropriate. Happy birthday, Turtle. So for those of you I know that like to remember the turtleisms and keep the flame alive at the shows, I know. Because he had this way, and for those of you that didn't know Turtle, he used to play with me. He was my first musician that I ever played with, and he was with me for 15 plus years on the road. And he's now well enough to be on the road with us now, and I miss him every time that I play music. But he had this way. He couldn't sing for shit, but he had this way of creating these interjections into the songs. At the end of Basement Song, right? Some of you all know this part that watch at home. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. At the very end, in the last chorus, and that used to be his thing. When he would get to the end of the Basement Song and we would sing that last chorus, he would just be screaming that thing, you know. No even attempt to get anywhere near pitch. It was just yelling, you know, and it was beautiful. I mean, it would fit the song. Sometimes that just called for the song. And he particularly loved, in fact, when I was writing Scandal, when I first played it for him, that line towards the end of the song. They're
like
just singing a Basement Song. It's cool, guys. It's cool. You just got to roll with that. It's a backdoor deal. It's a flim flam. It stinks of that je ne sais quoi. Pronounced just so. That's a turtleism. But when we would play that song, there's a song. The Gov stood in his office, white teeth, silk suit, looking down at the scene on the streets. We all came out holding signs and shouting the governor's a crook and a cheat. Just then a lackey burst in with a desperate grin. He said, and this is the part where Turtle would always scream out, "What we gonna do now, Chief?" Yeah, he would always join me on that. And then on the last verse, when the song is modulating, there were a couple moments. As some may have guessed, and others detest, this story putters out like a match. We all had to gulp, shovel, talk, show pulp down the sordid proverbial hatch. And Bucktooth Johnny, who started it all, got a dose of the old what for. Not Johnny! That's what he would say every single time. Yeah. Buck to Johnny, who started it all. Got a dose of the old 1-4. Not Johnny, he started online, and he would always sing that. And meanwhile, Joe from McNews won a Pulitzer for his outstanding work in the field. To keep his reputation clean, he had to pay off Jane, signed her up to a 6-figure deal. Presidential run for the gov. Guess he proved to the thugs he could sure play a mean game of ball. Batter up! That was it. He would always sing that every single time. He would say, "Not Johnny, batter up!" Anyways, I was thinking about those things. I think about those things every time I sing that song. Happy birthday, Brother Turtle. Yeah.
Go turtle.
Go Turtle. Let's play like a Rolling Stone. Once upon a time, you're just so fine. Through the bumps of time in your prime. Didn't you? People call, they simply went on. You're bound to fall. You thought they were all kidding you. You used to laugh about everybody was hanging out. Ooh, now you don't talk so loud. Now you don't seem so proud about having to be surrounded. Your next meal. Come on, gatherers. How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own? No direction home. Just like a rolling stone. But you're gone to all the finest schools, alright, Miss Lonely. You know you only used to get juiced in it. Nobody ever taught you how to live out on the street. Now you're gonna ahead to get used to it. You said you never compromise with the Mr. Tramp, and now you realize that he ain't selling any alibis. That you step into the vacuum of his eyes, and you say, "Do you want it all? Yeah, make a deal." Ha! How does it feel? Yeah. How does it feel to be on your own with no direction home, just like a rolling stone? Well, you never turned around to see the frown on the jugglers and the clowns, and they all did tricks for you. You never understood that it ain't no good. You should've let other people get your kicks for you. Ride around on your chrome horse with your diplomat. on a steeple. All the pretty people drinking, thinking that they got it made. Exchange all precious gifts. You better take that diamond ring. You better pawn it, babe. You used to be so amused. And Napoleon and rags and the language that he used. Come on, go to him now. He calls you. You can't refuse. And when you ain't got nothing, you ain't got nothing to lose. You're invisible now. You got no secrets to conceal. How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own? No direction home. A complete unknown. Just like a rolling stone. Thank you. I like that song a lot. That's one Karina wrote yesterday in the van. It was amazing. She just gets on that notepad, man. Look out. Okay, well, I hope you gatherers that have been watching from around the world and around the country have had a good time hanging with us for a little while. Got to hear some songs we haven't played in a little bit, a minute or two. Got to hear some Dylan. It was really fun to get to play some Dylan for you. And we're gonna play two songs right now. The first song is a request from our host Lisa, and it's one that you might recognize. And you gatherers here in Enfield, if you feel like it, we don't really feel like stopping the music even after the live stream, so we're gonna play a few more songs for you after we finish, if it's all right. Crazy mountain people. You can do it during the song if you want. Yeah, sure. Be prepared at some point in the midst of these next two songs. Riley is going to be 270ing, you all, with the camera. So be prepared to say, hey, just do your best to look pretty. I mean, for the sake of the Gathering series, people. I haven't eaten the super bug yet, so I wouldn't know if I got superpowers from it unless it was oozing, draining its.
Either way, that bug is wasted.
There's nothing Jameson can't do, really, if you think about it. Does Liam want to play on this song with us? You're sweet like a melon, sly like a felon. I've been watching you dance all night. This party's slow and how about going on a walk with me outside? The stars are out, it's a perfect sky. What if we only had tonight? What if we never see the sunrise? I don't wanna wait for the right time, but you and me to stop this run around. Let your hair fall down. Let your hair fall down. I'm a whiskey drinker, a late night thinker. I've been wanting to figure you out. I like tea with my honey. I don't have much money, but I can show you what life's about. The world's as big as we can dream. Woo! What if we only had tonight? What if we never see the sunrise? I don't want to wait for the right time. You and me to stop this run around. Come on, let your hair fall down. Let your hair fall down. And I may not look like much, my tether-ex is such. Whew. Look at you all dressed in white. And I may not run in your pack, but I will get your back. What if we only had tonight? What if we never see the sunrise? I don't want to wait for the right time. You and me to stop this run around. Woo! What if we only had tonight? What if we never see the sunrise? I don't want to wait for the right time. You and me to stop this run around. Come on, let your hair fall down. Let your hair fall down. Ooh, let your hair fall down. Let your hair fall down. Let your hair fall down. Let it fall down. How about our upright guitar player? He's invented a new style. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the wind at our back. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May it turn when you're ready to carry you home. May it keep you ahead of the rain. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the heavens above. Some say it's a glance of God's great design. Some say it's the sign of all things combined. May we look up and always feel wonder. Here is to us, and all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to them, good company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to this time that we had. For these moments pass lightly, won't come again. May our lives all burn brightly, right up to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink to the word when the working is through. Let us drink one to me. Let us drink one to you. Let us drink one to those who are with us. Here is to us, and all that we see. Is to our hearts in the air that we breathe. Here's to them in good company. Here's to the future. Here's to the past. Let us drink one down slow. Let us drink one down fast. Let us drink one as if this night is our last. Here's to the drink that we share. Oh, here's to the drink that we share. Please stay safe. Keep on looking out for one another, and we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers, y'all.